There are so many opportunities that we know we can learn from that process, but that's one of the things that can hold us back is like, unless we can do it perfect, we're not going to start using this tactic yet.
Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the ex-agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the Duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side. So grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge.
And settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips.
Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 112, and today we wanted to share a little behind the scenes of building our course, SEO On Tap, how it came to life, why we think it was such a success, and just all the things.
What we do differently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't forget that. What we do differently, what we do again, and all the things, just to give you a little behind the scenes on course creation, launch, whether you have a course or are thinking about creating a course, or just want to know behind the scenes, like what's going on. So one of the biggest things we wanted to talk about too is that we have never, I don't think we've ever said this before, that we've had a successful launch. Well, maybe.
Successful-ish.
Yeah.
You gotta add the ish at the end, I think.
Yeah. I think we've had this big mindset block that that we can't launch, or that launches are stressful, or that we wouldn't actually hit the number and we'd have these like inflated goals or things that are just unrealistic expectations. And I'm sure a lot of people are nodding their head agreeing like, yep, been there, feel that. And this is the first time that I feel really good about it.
Yeah. And it was, I feel like it organically felt good. It wasn't, I don't know. I don't guess we haven't really totally talked about. We've talked about it a little bit.
We're talking about it right now with you.
But yeah, and maybe it kind of shocked us too. Because we always, with other launches, we always kind of came out and we were like, we put in so much work and effort, and a lot of behind the scenes that you don't see, and then we launch it, and it's kind of like crickets, or it's just not as big as we thought it was going to be, and then we feel a little defeated. So we're kind of like, well, that sort of sucked a little bit. Yeah. But we still did it. We did all this great work and we're really proud of the work. And so I think when we came out of this with, meeting our goal and seeing the success that it brought, it was just a lot different of a feeling.
Yeah.
I felt great. And we knew we did just as much. We did more work this time. We definitely did.
Yeah.
But I think, it was just it was definitely different. But I think when we get to the part where things we would do differently, we definitely felt it physically this time around. Abby, this is very weird and maybe a little too personal, but I started breaking out, my face started breaking out in this weird rash and dry spots, and then Abby had got the same thing. It's almost like we were kissing and we exchanged something, but we definitely didn't. We're close, but we're not that close.
And it was both on our eye.
Our eyelids. We got dry patches on our eyelids, which is seems like such a very specific thing. Yeah. And we both had it, and we both still kind of have it, so apologies if you can see.
Yeah.
Anything nasty.
Right.
But
yeah, our bodies told us how hard we worked during that time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Our bodies were definitely and now we're done.
Yeah.
We're shutting down.
But in all the good things, I think we really wanted to share, because we haven't had such a good feeling about a course launch before, we really wanted to share some behind the scenes of what we think attributed to such a good course launch, so that you can steal some of these, use them for yourself, or just kind of file them away for future launches for yourself. So one of the first things that I wanted to share was that and I actually think this contributed to the success of the launch, is that we actually pushed our launch date 3 times. And I think that is so important that we did it. In the past, we've always held to our dates. It's ride or die. We are going to hit this date and we're going to die trying to do it. And this time we were like, no. We were going to launch in November. Then we were stressed out and it was not ready. We were going to launch in January And we didn't want to spend the holidays being stressed out. And we had a brand that we were launching at the time. And so,
which, side note, we also pushed out
Yeah.
multiple times because that was supposed to launch in October, and it didn't launch until Jan 1.
Yeah.
That's when we launched it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that too was something we didn't want to rush, and we were like, we're too stressed to do it right now, or we have XYZ we still have to finish. And the same thing happened with the course.
Yeah.
So I think for a while there, we actually felt like a little bit failure-like. We were actually kind of like, wow, we're not doing what we said we were going to do by the date we said we were going to do.
Especially at New Year time. I think we all do that in the new year, where we set these goals, we have these big expectations, and then like we don't live up to that right in the new year, right? And we're sitting here right now at the end of Q1, and I'm sure feeling the same way, like, oh, I didn't hit this goal in Q1, but who cares? Like, you can just readjust your goals.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't feel crappy.
Being an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, you have that flexibility, right? Like, you aren't at an agency life where like people above you are dictating things, right? You're your own boss, you're your own company, you're your own brand business. You can push these things. Like, you just have to give yourself a little bit of grace. And that's what we never did in the past. We were always like, nope, we set this date, that's rock solid, we have to do it. And like Abby said, we would just like burn ourselves to the ground, just like working and trying to get this thing done. But I think a couple of times throughout the brand and the course launch, we were like, no, like, let's take a second. Like, we don't need to stress ourselves out. We don't need to bang our heads against the wall. We can keep pushing this. It's okay. And like, we can be vulnerable and like tell our audience like, hey dude, sorry. Like, we thought it was, we talk about it, but it's coming eventually. We're just making it better.
I actually think that it wasn't a marketing ploy, like by any means, to just like keep, teasing the course and not actually launching it. But I do think it ended up working it out in our favor, because we had people in our inbox every week asking, hey, when is your course launching? Because we had been talking about it, which is another point that we want to address, is that we started talking about the course really early, kind of because we planned on launching it a long time ago. So it just worked out in our favor, where we started talking about the course in, I would say, last summer. So that is it is a long time. A long launch period, but it worked out really great because we generated a lot of excitement. People knew about it. It wasn't a surprise. Whereas we've launched things before, like our shop, for example, where we were so excited and we kind of wanted it to be a surprise. But when something is a surprise and you don't talk about it, you haven't generated excitement. Everyone's cold. No one's ready to buy. And that just didn't work out in our favor.
Yeah. I remember specifically we went and got margs and tacos, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were sitting outside on a beautiful day and we're like, we're just going to do this. We were like close, but not quite ready. But we were like, nope, we just got to get it done. So we got together, had a lunch, a couple of drinks, and worked on it and published. And then it was kind of like, cool, we got a shop, you guys. Did you know that?
We had no plan to support it. I mean, it was still fun for us to do, but it was definitely not like I wouldn't say a success from a revenue standpoint.
Oh, absolutely not. We got good stuff. And it's great content and great swag, but yeah, it could have been a better launch. But again, it wasn't like a priority of ours either, as far as like making money or like selling things. It was just kind of a fun thing for us to do.
Yeah, it was fun.
And if you go to our site now, it's not live at the moment as we're talking, and it probably is not going to be live by the time this podcast goes live, because we don't have the page turned on. So
we don't know what's going on with the shop. But that's also a point where I think you need to have those conversations in your business. It's okay to do things for fun, just because it's a creative outlet and it's a fun thing that you want to do. And that's kind of what that was for us.
Absolutely.
And then you get to a point in your business where you reevaluate. Is it working for us?
Yeah.
Maybe
or
not.
Do we have time for it?
Right. That another thing too, that with talking about the course so early, we actually, and this is something that we have been told by many people before, like, you need to start talking to your email list early. And we've never truly taken that to heart. And we created something this time around where we added another weekly newsletter, which I'm sure you're sitting here thinking like, I don't have time to do one weekly newsletter. Now you're telling me I have to do two. And I will tell you that this actually has been so easy to create. So we added one new newsletter every Friday that goes out to our email list that's called SEO Squeeze, which I think is so fun.
So cute.
And it is one thing you can do to better your SEO. And it's literally meant to be a sentence or couple sentences. I'm long-winded, so usually it's like a paragraph, but it's really quick. It's a really quick email. I don't need to think too hard about it. I just write a tip that I have and send it, and that's it. And it was such a great way to prime people about doing SEO yourself and updating your own SEO and ways to do it, and give them little sneak peeks of nuggets that are hidden throughout the course. So it was such an easy thing to incorporate, and we did that for a few months
and
before we
people
launched.
love it.
Mhm.
We've had so much great feedback, and it is so fun to see your guys' emails come through that say like you did that one quick thing, or you're saving these because you're gonna start doing these quick things, and people absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's been such a hit, and it's so fun to see people like reading it and doing the things and loving it.
Yeah, I was nervous, and I'm sure this is going through your head too. I was nervous about people unsubscribing and being annoyed that they're getting more emails in their inbox. And I think that's what we're always nervous about when it comes to emailing your audience. And I think we need to be less nervous about the number of times you show up and more focused on what you are delivering.
Absolutely.
Like, don't show up just to show up, but deliver content your audience actually wants, and they're not going to care how often you've showed up.
Yep.
And we actually have an unsubscribe option for these. So if you only want one email a week, you can get that. No one has unsubscribed from the 2 emails. Not a single person. Like, I've checked because I'm like always super interested. Like, who wants to unsubscribe from SEO Squeeze? Who likes it? Who doesn't? And so far, it's like everyone loves it. So I truly think that if you listen to your audience and you deliver the content that they want to see, it doesn't matter how often you show up. So just don't be worried about that. Yeah, that's fun. It's one of my favorite things that we added. Another successful thing for the course launch that we love to do, and also will come up a little bit later when we talk about it, is that we did 2 live webinars. And we gave away this free training where we talked about how to make SEO easy, and then gave action items that people really took to heart and actually ran with, like following the webinar, which was amazing. And that was like the most fun part of launching. Like, I know, and I was also nervous. I was very, very nervous.
But rightfully so. Like, she had way more to do with the webinar than I did because, as everybody knows, or if you're new here, Abby's the SEO brain and I'm the design brain. But, so she was way more nervous than I was because I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I gotta look good, which also
you already
really
made all the content look good.
Yeah. So I built like the webinar presentation and everything. But I just want to toot Abby's horn for her. She did amazing. And so yeah, needless to say, I wasn't really nervous. I was the FAQ moderator, and but Abby killed it. So
it was nerve-wracking, but also like such an adrenaline rush afterwards, and it was like, oh my gosh, we did it! Like, it went really well.
Really great turnout. Both of them. It was so
great
fun.
Questions.
We had people comment their locations, and we had a couple people from Europe in there, so it was just so fun to see different people joining.
Yeah, it was sweet. And also, I think we had about more than 50% attendance rate.
Yes.
Which is crazy high, for how many people signed up. So it was super awesome just to connect with all of those people and actually do the live webinars. And as nervous as I was for it, I think I would absolutely do it again. And we're going to talk about this too. But I think it's definitely something that it generated so much excitement during the launch time, and it made launching more fun, actually.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely. Yep.
Because launching, a lot of times you're just talking to a screen.
Yeah, you don't like have this sense of like community really. You kind of just feel like it's you and you're in it and you're just
Yeah, it definitely brought community into the launch, which was fun. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then what we did after that was we actually evergreened that webinar. So we used a platform called Webinar Jam, and they have a sister company or a secondary part of that company called Ever Webinar. And you can sign up for both. So you can do your live webinars with Webinar Jam, and then you can take that webinar and evergreen it with Ever Webinar. So we took our favorite of the 2 and then launched it live for another week or 2, I think. And anyone who couldn't join those and missed it could still watch the webinars, which is really fun. I think there's a lot of learnings that we have around that. and what we want to do for like keeping free trainings and webinars like that live moving forward. Since it was so focused around a launch, it didn't make sense to keep it on. But I think there's opportunities to like figure out where that can fit into our marketing strategy. And when we figure it out, that we'll share it with you.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing that we are going to do an entire podcast episode on that we are so excited to share, and you're probably going to be like, what are you guys doing?
Who are these girls?
We ran paid ads, which is crazy. And we will share a lot more about that whole experience because you know that we are organic girls and that is what we talk about all the time. So we are really excited to share more about that. But
I'm not going to lie, when Abby brought up doing paid ads, I was kind of like, I feel like we're cheating
We're frauds.
on our own brand. Like, what is happening?
Right?
Our tiny little organic duo brand looked at us like, what are you doing?
Right.
But it was so exciting to like tap into that, to have these learnings, to see how everything performed. So we're really excited to kind of talk about that in the future a little bit more too.
Yeah, we're so excited to share, and it absolutely contributed to the success of this launch. Like, yes. Absolutely.
Yes,
it
1000%.
It was amazing, just to give you a little sneak peek, but we'll share so much more.
Yes.
And then I'd say the last thing that we did to support this launch was we leveraged ManyChat, which is a chat automation, and it made not only running the ads, but also getting people to sign up for the webinar and getting people to get the link to the course rather than saying link in bio every time. It made that process so easy.
And I think that's the new way of like selling things or promoting things and whatever. You see it all over Instagram, like all over Instagram. I'm constantly commenting, and mine is mainly for, Amazon products.
Yeah, right.
Like this or
links.
that product.
Send me the link.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's constantly send me the link to this thing that I need to buy that I probably don't need to buy. But that's just kind of how we are now in this digital world, especially with Instagram. And man, does it like help take one step out, right? And like, we don't really have to think about it. It's all automated and set up for us.
Yeah, it is very nice. And I think, so if anyone listening out there is a ManyChat expert or like an expert in this type of automation or knows someone, send them our way because we'd love to have you on the podcast. There's so much to learn in this system. And I would say if you're overwhelmed by it, like we were, it can feel really hard to do like the opt-ins and all the workflows, and it's like getting engaged and getting people subscribed into your DM workflow and all the things. There are so many opportunities that we know we can learn from that process, but just getting started was the big thing. And literally we knew everyone that was signing up for our free webinar was going to get on our email list anyways. So we didn't need to create this whole subscribe to us in the DM experience. We just needed them to go sign up for the masterclass and they get on our email list no matter what. And that's the whole goal, is to get people off that platform and in your universe on your list. So we didn't worry about the workflow. And I think that's one of the things that can hold us back, is like, unless we can do it perfect, we're not going to start using this tactic yet. And I'm so glad we started using it, because even if you're just sending a link and it's really just a better user experience to actually get off the platform and get to whatever you want them to do, is better than just saying link in bio or hoping that they go and find it. So we just started using it, and I think there's so many opportunities. And again, you have an expert, send them our way.
Yes, exactly. We would love to have them. So now we're going to start talking about things that we would do differently next time, that maybe kind of were a little bit of a dumpster fire this time. I shouldn't say dumpster fire because it wasn't ever that bad. But the first thing, I am a perfectionist. I feel like Abby isn't quite as I am, but she still is. We were very particular about this, right? We wanted things to be right. We wanted things to be perfect. We were revamping this course that was already great, but we wanted to make it better. And some of that was like recording ourselves and like the setup and all of that. And we were far too fixated on having the perfect setup. Like, we were like, we want to be Jenna Kutcher, we want to be Amy Porterfield, and we were like, wait. Like, we gotta take a step back. Like, we're great, but we don't have those kinds of setups like at our fingertips at the moment. Yeah. Like, someday, sure, but we had one day where we were going to start recording together some of the content, and we could not figure our setup up. Like, we were like, the lighting is poor over here. Look at these shadows. Oh my gosh, we're too close. We're too far. What does the backdrop look like?
The backdrop. We were so fixated on what the background was and making sure that like we were properly positioned in like what would look like a studio.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were like, we don't have that. We had to come to the realization, and it was unfortunate like how it happened, because we both went into it trying to be so perfect and like so put together and so beautiful, and we had to like realize like this is what we're working with. We have to work with what we have, and we have to figure it out and be happy with it, and it's not going to be perfect. And at the end of the day, that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, because the content we're delivering is really all that matters. We don't need to look buttoned up every time, or to have this beautiful studio, because that's not why people are buying this course.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, I bet they have a beautiful studio they're recording in.
Right.
And so that was a tough day. That was a really tough day. I was at Abby's
We didn't
house.
record anything.
No.
We
walked away doing nothing that day.
Yep. We walked away. We both felt defeated. We didn't even go get a drink afterwards, which is what we should have done, but we had real life to get back to. And it was just like, wow, that sucked. And so I think the whole like learning from that was just that we were too busy watching everyone else. We were too busy looking at all the other courses out there, all the other things out there, that we were like, we need to be perfect. And that just wasn't the case. Like, we aren't Amy Porterfield. We don't have a team of people helping us build and record a course, nor do we have a fancy studio. Like, we can't do that. Like, her course is absolutely beautiful, but like, we can't just be her. And I think our expectations were like
way high.
Yeah. And in reality, what we wanted to do, like coming back to the whole point of showing our faces, was that we love courses where you can actually see the person that you're talking to.
Yep.
And I think that was what we wanted people to see. We wanted people to see us, not just see slides. And so we wanted our face somewhere. So like a circle of us talking somewhere, or like just seeing pops of us throughout the course of us talking and cheering you on. That was super important to us. And we forgot about that because we were too worried about how we looked.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say, though, we got over it pretty quickly.
We did, yeah.
And
after
like
one day.
It was literally a day of like
fire,
feeling not great. And then we were like, you know what? Whatever. Like, our audience and the people that were like finding in this space or that want this course probably know us, and if they don't, they'll get to know us, and they know that we are very authentic humans, and like, we're never gonna like try to stage anything probably in the future to make it look like you know we're perfect, because we're not. And I think a lot of our audience appreciates that. So I think after that we were just like, well, we're doing the best we can. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna show up, and we're gonna be authentic and friendly, and you're gonna see our face, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah. So take some of that learnings from us. Don't spend a whole day wasting how you're showing up. Just show up, because I think that's what we figured out is like, it doesn't need to be perfect. Let's just show up, because sometimes just actually creating it with the intention of being there for your audience is more important. So
absolutely, definitely
will not worry about that next time.
Nope.
The other thing too that I really struggled with during this launch was prepping content. And this is where I always use this time was different because we always have next time's going to be different. It's not going to be a problem. But I do think noting, like, after you have a launch, actually taking the time to do this and sit down and be like, what would we do differently, is going to be really important for the next launch. And for me, I really did not like creating emails and social content same day. I did not like it. I feel like using all of my energy to create rather than engage and connect with people was like, that's what I feel like I lost out on. I didn't want to show up on stories because I was already exhausted from creating content. So I think next time, pre-planning content is going to be key, and we won't be building the course. So it should be easier. Look at me make excuses, but
Yeah. And with just life and how busy we've been, and the course shifting, week after week or whatever, I had a hard time like being in and creating that content too. So Abby actually did the bulk of it, but she'd be like, okay, I have this content idea, can you design something for me so I can post it? And I'm like, yep. And it was always like, me doing it the night before and then her posting it the next day, you know. So we just had a really bad setup as far as that went. And like, honestly, we should have been talking whatever we wanted to post, and I should have been designing it, you know, a month prior. Yeah. And then we were able to just like hit go. Yeah. And then we could have connected with our audience more live through stories, conversations, and that just wasn't the reality of this launch. Yeah. But again, I'm glad it kind of goes back to that thing too, where like, if we would have been like really specific about that, we would have had to push the course out even more, you know? So it was kind of one of those things where we were like, we didn't like it. It didn't feel great, but it wasn't one of those things that stopped us from going live when we did. Yeah. It wasn't another roadblock. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It was one of those decisions we just had to make. But yeah, I think, it's all gonna be okay at the end, right?
And it is. It was a great course launch.
Yeah, I know. It worked out. It was all good. I'd say too, another thing that we definitely want to change this next round is, and I actually think I think this is something that we have to figure out, but shorten the launch window. It was really long. I think everyone has an opinion on what they'd like to do. So our launch window felt really long for us because we had people that could buy the course before like pre-sale period. Yep. So there was like a week pre-sale for people who joined our webinars, and then there was a week afterwards for anyone who was just in our universe. So that was tricky because that's 2 weeks of being fully on and inside the course.
Which honestly, from an outside looking in, it probably didn't seem that long. Right?
No.
But for us, it felt
long.
Very long.
Like by Friday, I was like, whoo, I am dragging.
Yeah.
And it could be because we were creating content during it. Like that definitely could be it. But yeah, it was long. So I think and also the adrenaline high and rush of the live webinars
wears off.
Yeah, it wears off. Yeah. And so I think like those should be the focal point of our launch in the future versus like do those at the beginning and then launch at the end. I think it would be better to have those spread out throughout our launch because those are the fun. That was fun. Like that week was fun. Yeah. The following week was dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. And a little bit like, are we going to hit our goal? So it's kind of like refresh. Like, do we get more sales, or like, are we talking about it enough? Or like, you know, do people understand the courses that they can buy within there? Like, is this confused? You know, so I think you start to kind of get in your head. And then again, like the adrenaline wears off. So you're kind of like, oh gosh, like, okay. Are we done yet? Should we just close the doors now?
Right. And I truly do think we just got like tired, like physically tired. Like Courtney said, our eyes were breaking out.
Our faces were actually physically tired.
We were physically tired. And we don't even have this on our list of what we would do differently next time, but I think you can agree. What we would do differently next time is we wouldn't take any clients that month.
Oh, absolutely.
None.
No clients.
Like there would be no clients.
That was a huge, and not, you know, everybody knows client workload. It's ebbs and flows. It's busy. It's stressful. It's not stressful. You know, you're not busy, but we are definitely busy right now. I can say that. And I think, you know, making sure that you're staying up on those deliverables and then making sure that you're still giving the course the love that it needs and talking to the people that are coming in and curious about the course. And so you're just we were always on.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And we did make a note of this is that a part of that month would be a whole week of decompression.
Yes.
Like we are really bad about just like when we don't schedule clients, it's because we have something else. Like we have a speaking engagement or we have an event or we have like, okay, this 1 week for course launch, but we don't actually not take client work just because we need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And as a service provider, I think it's really, really hard because we have clients who wait months to work with us.
Yep.
They sign a contract and they have to wait 6 weeks to even just start to work with us because we're so busy. And so when you push that even longer, you just feel bad as a human. Like,
or you feel like you're going to start having people
bail.
Go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is okay too.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just a really hard thing to wrap your head around as a business owner.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. And like when you're a service provider, you're providing a service to people. And when you can't start that, it just feels like you're not doing a good enough job or whatever it may be. But I think we've gotten to the point where we never want to burn out of Duo, and we have to figure out how to have these decompression times weaved in. And sadly, we have to plan it. It's not just going to happen. It's not just going to show up magically on our calendar where we're like, whoa, I have no clients this week. Like, no,
That will
you
never happen.
actually
Yeah.
have to schedule it on your calendar and plan it in, or else it will never happen.
Yep.
So that is what we are doing next launch. There will be no clients. So word to you guys too, because we already are taking people through May to June right now. And if we launch again late summer, we are getting right up to that point where we might be
right around the corner.
Pretty soon you'll be booking us and we'll be telling you September. So it's definitely something that we need to be better at. But I do think too, if you are a service provider and you, like us, have also forgotten to take these breaks and decompress, I think it only makes you a better service provider.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because you aren't functioning on all cylinders. You can't be creative for your clients. You can't do all the things that you have like build that really, really great experience if you're burnt out.
No.
So taking care of yourself is how you deliver better for your clients. And I'm reminding myself this right now. This is for me. And hopefully you take it too. Is there anything else that we said we would do differently? I think the one other thing is find more ways to share our students' experience. So we're really excited about this moving forward because we have so many people in the course now to actually share case studies.
Yes.
And we did bring a past student on the podcast a few episodes ago just to chat about her experience in the old version of SEO On Tap. And now that it's been completely revised, we're super excited to share new case studies and experiences. And I think that like less from us and more from the community is going to be fun.
I'm so excited. Like, I want to start asking people now, but I feel like maybe it's probably a little too soon. And they're going to be like, hey, lay off me. Like, I just started.
Give me some time.
But I know. Be like, please, what do you think? Please tell me.
Right, yeah. And then two things that we would absolutely do again. So of this whole launching experience, what is it that we would continue to do? And this one might surprise you, but we would absolutely do paid ads again. Like 100%. It has been a really great experience.
It has, yeah. Again, it felt a little bit like we were cheating, but it was really good. And I think it's good for us to like know this and like have this knowledge and experience so we can talk about it going forward too. Yeah. Is it something that we're going to offer and do for our clients? Absolutely not. That's not where we feel like we want to transition. And we're always on, like we always say, like you need that organic foundation set and good before you start doing paid ads or paying advertising of any sort. So I think that's where like we don't want to do this for other clients. We want to do it for ourselves, but we also want to tell you like our experience with it, how it goes, the results, all of that stuff, because there are people out there who have that really great solid organic foundation and they want to start tapping into paid too. And we want you to learn from us.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast because in about a couple weeks, we will be sharing the whole paid ads experience, everything that we have kind of dug into, but it has so far been really great. And we can't wait to share more.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like some of the results and some of the things that we were learning, we're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like things that you don't think would work as successful as they do versus like one way you do an ad versus another way. It's just so crazy.
Yeah, it is. It has been really fun. So we're super excited. But like Courtney said, we have really great humans to send you for recommendations.
Yes.
We are not going to start doing ads. We are still your organic girls and we are going to help you get organic traffic first so that you can have a solid foundation to do ads, because that is the number one reason why we believe paid ads is successful and worked for us.
Yes.
So we're super excited to share more. So subscribe because we'll be talking more about that. So that's number one. Number two is the webinar, which you've probably gotten from this whole thing, is we have absolutely loved it. I think it's like, again, as nervous as I was that day, Courtney like saw me and I don't usually get that nervous for things. I'm usually like pretty grounded.
And I was even asking her that because like back in the agency days, we would like do big presentations in front of people. We'd fly to Chicago and we did a presentation. And I looked at her before the webinar and I was like, so were you nervous when we were like at the agency and did that presentation in Chicago? And she's like, well, yeah, kind of. And I was like, you look way more nervous now than you did then. And I was
and
like,
it's virtual, not in front of people.
And I was
either,
like, Abby, you just don't seem like a nervous type. Like she never seems like she's nervous. And for me, literally sometimes you guys, we will start recording our podcast. Like even to this day, sometimes I'm like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Abby, we got to start over. What is wrong with me? And she just laughs at me like, what is wrong with you? So, but the reason she was nervous, you guys, is because she really gives a damn about it, and she really cares. So it's a good good thing. But you will not be able to tell that she was nervous because she killed it.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but it also is something I think I'd do more. I think I'd maybe do more next time.
Yeah.
Like, we did 2 in total, and it was super fun. I think I might do another.
Girl, you can do 7, and I'll just sit off to the side and look at the questions.
Okay, I would have died without you, though. Like, having Courtney monitor, this would be my recommendation if you are going to do a webinar, have a moderator.
Yes.
Like, absolutely. You need someone to read questions. You need someone to make sure things are running smoothly. You need to make sure, like, all of the slides are moving and connected. There are things that, like, maybe we'll do a whole episode about the webinar. There were things that, like, trip me up that I would definitely do next time.
Yeah. We should definitely do an episode about
We should. We'll save that. We'll save that
the
for
good, the bad,
future
and the
episode.
ugly.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really that
webinars.
much ugly, but there was a few things we learned.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, and also know, like, all these things we're talking about right now, we are not experts. We are not launch experts. We are not webinar experts. We don't know much about ManyChat. We don't know much, but we are sharing what we do know in our experience because it might be totally new to you. And again, we love bringing people on the podcast who know more than us. So if you know more than us on any of these, please, like,
raise your hand.
Yeah. Come to us. We have a questionnaire on our podcast that actually you can fill out and you'll get added into our queue of whenever we batch record guest content. So, okay, let's do a little Q&A time for some questions people had. We asked this in Instagram, asking people what questions they had about our launch, so we are going to answer some of them.
Okay, Abby, how to convert all your efforts into sales?
Whew, this is kind of a loaded answer. It is
a loaded answer.
And I think the biggest thing that we did, so regardless of where we were talking about the course, like Instagram, email, in our stories, whatever it may be, is having a call to action. Like, literally telling people to buy and having that call to action and actually talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat around the bush so often that we don't actually talk about it, or we're worried that we're, like, shouting at people or, like, telling them to buy too much. And I don't think you can tell people to buy too much because it's not annoying. Everyone knows, like, a sales email. Like, everyone gets it. You're not tricking them into buying something. Like, you're just guiding them. And I think if you really believe in what you are selling, you're not going to be scared to talk about it all the time. And I think we did that really good with this launch, is we talked the heck out of it. And we weren't afraid to tell people that, like, you need to buy this because it absolutely is worth every penny that you are going to spend and then some. So,
Yep. All right. Have you ever tried anything other than webinars during launch week?
We've never done a webinar before. This was our first time. So that was really, really fun. And I think,
attributed to our success.
Agreed. Yeah. I think everyone got a taste of how we teach. And I think that was key to the course launch, was we wanted, before you even jump into the course and, like, see how we learn, you might have listened to the podcast. You might hear us on Instagram. So you probably get some ideas on, like, how we teach and educate. But if you've never heard us before, that was an opportunity to really get to know who we were. So I think that definitely contributed to sales.
Yeah. And there was so much great commentary as I was, like, looking through the chats. Like, people were so excited. People loved everything. And there were so many great questions that came out of the webinar too. Like, it filled the entire hour. Yeah. Like, we had, like, 15, 20 minutes of questions, and they were such great questions. And, like, you could just see people's energy and excitement when they would learn something, or we would answer their question and they'd be like, oh my gosh, that's great. Like, they just loved that experience too. You could genuinely tell.
Yeah. And I'd say, other than webinars that we have done for our group coaching launches, we do lives, Instagram lives, with people who were in the group coaching program to share their experience. I also think those are really successful.
Yes.
So I kind of think any way you can show up live, however that feels right for you, is probably a really good idea to incorporate in your launch. Like, whether you're showing up live on Instagram or whether you want to do a webinar, or I've seen a lot of people do Zoom Q&As. Like, hey, just hop on a Zoom with me and ask questions. Like, it doesn't need to be you providing a free training, but just giving people the opportunity to actually talk to you, like, real as a human before they invest in you, I think is really important.
Yeah. All right. How do you define the success of a launch?
Whew. Okay.
This could also be, like, a really big answer, because what is success to you?
I know. That's honestly, my, like, undertone, like, I'm not going to lie. It's revenue always is my undertone of success. And I'm trying really hard not to have that be my definition of success, because it's not the most important thing. Like,
all I can see is a gif of like somebody holding dollar bills.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, that is like,
let's
that's
be
why
honest,
we work.
that is a lot of people's like
Yeah.
end goal, right? Like
Yes.
we want this to be successful from a revenue standpoint, but there's also other goals within that, right? We wanted to create a kick-ass course that people actually learn from and can walk away and be like, wow, that did help my business.
Mhm.
Like, we want to make revenue and money off of our course, but we also want our course to make you money.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that, like we want to see that in your business. We want to see
Yeah.
your business thrive. We want to see you learn things. We want to see you get excited about SEO, something
Mhm.
that a lot of people have no interest in.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
those are some of those smaller goals that we
Mhm.
really want to see.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, even if I think about all of our SEO clients, I am more excited about the analytical reviews that we do 4 to 6 months later than I am anything else.
They're so fun. And
Yeah.
I'm like not even like hardly a part of that process. But when I see those come through and I'm like, damn,
Right?
look at that. Like it is so exciting.
It is. That is probably the most fun. So I would say maybe in a few months will be like the definition of success is actually seeing people take this course and see real results from it. And we've already had so many amazing real results from the old course that I know people are going to see it from this course. So I think it's going to be, that part's going to be the real like moment of success, I'd say. So maybe the second launch. Other than that, like, I'm not going to lie, I had a number of students I wanted in the course, and that was like my underlying current definition of success. And we hit the exact
Did we hit the exact
number?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if
Exact.
it went like one
Which
over or 2 over, but
No, like exact, which actually is almost like a sign. I feel like that's a sign. Like, you set a good goal and you achieved it. Like, we worked hard the last couple days to sell
yeah,
those courses.
it was like the goal gods were
Yeah.
just like, don't worry, it's happening.
It was like a sign. Like, you are going to hit a goal. Like, you know, it's not going to feel like
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Okay, teasing tactics to prime an audience pre-launch.
So SEO Squeeze, the email, what we did with adding the additional weekly email, I think was the best pre-launch tactic we had. And I don't want to sit here and tell you you have to do 15 things, because you don't, because I truly think that is the only thing we did to pre-launch it, is we added an additional weekly email. And that was enough.
Literally is the only thing. Otherwise, you just found us everywhere else that you found us.
Yeah. Like every now and again, I feel like I'd share a story on Instagram, but it definitely wasn't regular. And it was just to share behind the scenes as we created the course, which is fun for people to see the behind the scenes to generate excitement. But other than that, like, it was really just that email.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you don't
which
need to do
people
too
loved.
much.
And it
Yeah.
was such, like Abby said, such a simple email. Like your email, like if you did add a newsletter or an email, it doesn't have to be have to be massive.
No,
Don't
it
overthink
doesn't.
it.
One quick thing you can do to better your SEO.
Yep.
And if you're not sure what to do, like, ask your audience. Like, ask them what they want to hear from you, and then use that as a guide to figure out, like, what you can do to prime your audience. But I think that's it. Just talk about it. And if there's one thing you can do and create consistency around it, even better. Like, knowing this SEO Squeeze was launching every Friday, like, I need that in my brain. If I have, like, a loosey-goosey, like, goal of like, oh, we're going to do this at this point, I'm never going to do it. So I think that's important too.
Yep.
Oh, do you have any other final moments of wisdom about our course launch?
Don't forget to celebrate.
Yeah.
Abby and I have talked about this a lot in the past, and we suck at
Mhm.
celebrating anything ever. But we did celebrate this,
Mhm.
didn't we?
We did. What did we do? We actually did something after we forgot. We
blanking?
literally forgot.
Don't be surprised if this happens also, that you just
I think
forget your past month.
right after we did our very first masterclass, didn't we leave right away and go get a drink?
I think we did.
Yeah. So I
Oh
don't know.
my
We did
gosh,
something.
We're going to say we did.
Yeah, we did something.
I know we celebrated because we
Mhm.
were very adamant about it.
Yep.
We were like, hey, we did this, we launched it, we're going to go grab a drink or something.
Yeah.
And we're totally drawing a blank on like where that was or what we actually did, but
We
know
promised we did it.
We did it.
We didn't dream it together, but we did it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that is definitely something. Like, take that decompression time. If you still have time to plan that into your schedule, do it. Like, it is very, very necessary.
Yes.
So we hope you gained some nuggets of wisdom here, and this is what worked for us. There is no such thing as a perfect launch strategy. And you don't need to do every single one of these, but hopefully maybe 1 or 2 things inspired you so that you can focus on your launch being a little bit more fun and less stressful.
If you liked this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please leave us a review and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.